All I know, some days are in the book, some days are not in the book. I choose to celebrate the ones that are mentioned specifically. Chapter 16, Deuteronomy. Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God. For in the month of Abib the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Lord thy God of the flock and the herd, in the place which the Lord shall choose to place his name there. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction. For thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt in haste, that thou mayest remember the day when thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt all the days of thy life. And there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coast 7 days, neither shall there anything of the flesh, which thou sacrificed the first day at even, remain all night until the morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice Passover within any of thy gates which the Lord thy God giveth thee, but at the place which the Lord thy God shall choose to place his name in. There thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at even, at the going down of the sun, at the season that thou camest forth out of Egypt. And thou shalt roast and eat it in the place which the Lord thy God shall choose. And thou shalt turn in the morning, and go unto thy tent. 6 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly to the Lord thy God. Thou shalt do no work therein. So, there's a lot of room for interpretation on that one. Concept is simple. Try not to eat bread for a week because the leavening represents certain things. Not as easy as it sounds. A lot simpler than it seems. Take some time later and I'll show you how I prepare the bread that I like to eat. Because it's hard to eat crackers for a week, bud. Gotta figure out a way to get some nutrition and stuff. As a matter of fact, pocket bread. Stuff's great. For me, it's just one of those days that I imagine the Heavenly Father still has some recognition for. It says in there that he will remember it forever. As long as everyone else does. Ain't no fun playing a game by yourself, bro. That's the concept. It's not the feast yet. I just really like this bread. I ain't gonna go finish my walk. Alright. I'm gonna show y'all how to make unleavened bread. The only way I really know. High crust, crackers, things of that sort are the typical unleavened bread that come to mind. Tortillas, I believe, are fine. Eggs, baking soda, flour is okay, but eggs, baking soda, yeast, anything of that sort, you don't really want. Defeats the concept. Okay. Make some unleavened bread. Pretty quick, pretty simple. The concept is they were in a hurry. It's time to leave Egypt. Cover that. This is all the wheat. Basically whatever you really want. Use a little bit of white, a little bit of wheat, and some barley flour because I have some left over. And when I bought it a long time ago. So there's that part. Very simple. Try stuff first. The thing is, like with saltine crackers and stuff, or whatever you decide is your unleavened bread, it's really not much good stuff in it. It's just, wheat, water. So this is my version of something with some substance. It's really simple to make. I like chia seeds in there. Personal taste. New trick is some honey. I've been enjoying that. And muesli. And or just some trail mix and some oats or whatever you got really. The concept was they just had what they had and it was time to go. It's a part of the feast that I don't hear many people talk about celebrating. Everybody knows about Passover. Feast of Tabernacles is pretty popular. Lots of fun ones. But for the most part, nobody really does this one. I don't know why. It's good bread. You can do it right. Hot water is not necessary, but I'm going to use it this time. That honey is a little bit crystallized and I need to get it mixed just right. So, overkill on the water and then you can bring it back to consistency. It's not a problem.
And if you've never made pie crust before, it's really close to that consistency from the molasses makes it different. But pie crust is when it starts to crumble like that. So it's nice and flaky. We're going for a little bit thicker. Really thick. And then, if you want some choice, we can cook it. Okay, close. A little more water. You'll learn as you go how to do this part. But the end is the crucial consistency. Just a little bit much water just to get everything. More molasses and honey. Okay, you. Okay. Imagine I've done some fruit bits, other stuff in here. The raisins and stuff are really good. Raisins are great if you didn't know that.
That, my friends, is unleavened bread. This little layer of flour so it doesn't stick. And it
brushes off fairly well. The oven, I got about 400 degrees. It's a smell slash, you can tell when it's bendy or whatever. There's a point. I cooked some stuff the other day. It's pretty crispy. I like it. But that's really good for like dipping and stuff like that. Soups. This one I'm going to do a little fluffier. Not cook it as long. So, you know, figure it out as you go. Good luck with that part. And remember, if you happen to slip up during the Feast of Unleavened Bread, if it's your, you know, I've been doing it for years and I still mess up every now and then. So, just, it's a mindset, you know. Remembering how long of a walk it must have been. 40 years in the desert. I can barely even comprehend. I grew up in the desert. I guess there's people that still live there. It's not that bad of a place. But when you have nowhere to be, you're all lost. Yada yada yada. This is one of the things that I do in remembrance of the way they used to celebrate and give thanks very long time ago. And this one, it says, it's in the book. I read it to you. So, I don't know about the others. We can cover those as they come. But those are the ones that I pay attention to. And this one's yummy. This is just practice bread. We're not even in the feast yet. So, check your dates. Know your things. Get back to it later. What it is it's the first month of the biblical calendar accurately restored. Michael Rood did some good work on that. And it's supposed to be 14 days after the new moon, whenever that happens. According to the barley, if the barley is in a bead, then it's go time. So I've still got to check the report, make sure everything's blossoming as it should in the world. It's been weird all over lately, so you never know. Good bread anywhere you go. You can take it with you. It doesn't go bad. A little bit of butter is the only thing in there. It's kind of like pemmican, but just wheat. I wonder if you could add bread to it, or meat rather. Huh. Anyways, about 20 minutes, maybe 30. I don't know. Smell, and like I said, bendy. This stuff I'll show you. Good stuff, but it's crispy. When you pull it out of the oven, it continues to cook just a little bit. So, if you have bad teeth or some such, this would be a great soup dip. Or pull it out a lot sooner when everything's nice and toasty. Or thinner bread. Whatever you gotta do. Final notes. that's about how it should look. Let's see, crispy, kind of thick. The texture bends a little bit, but that'll be really good once it cools down. Perfect. Because if you wait for it to get crispy in there, you'll end up with cardboard. So, have fun with that. Good luck. Happy Feast of Unleavened Bread.